Douglas, hey brother. We worked very hard at your last lesson on combining the major and the minor in one particular position, which is this triad, the root position E triad. Minor, major. So first, just hybridize them. Or you can go. It's kind of the blues triad, neither major nor minor. We started by playing the blues scale with the blue note on the second string. A little uncomfortable, but it allows a lot of cool things. Of course, all the bends and fun stuff that's involved with that. But you could also put the blue note on the first string, and then you have to stretch less. Well, yeah, stretch just as much, it's just different. It's a little sloppy. And that's cool because you can do stuff like or it's good to have a feel for both of those, but that scale pattern in general you have a really good feel for. It's overlapping the major that's a bit more complex. So again, play the major triad and just play a basic pentatonic like this. All whole steps. So improvise with that a little bit. You have the parallel fourths, which sound beautiful. You can just hammer the B string. You can always bend the second degree of the major pentatonic. You got the 6 below the root there, C sharp. What else? You could take your thirds. You're in the position of the third. And then you want to play it as a major blues scale just by adding a minor third passing tone. Again. And then all sorts of new tricks come into play. Any kind of bend on that minor third, combining notes above it is really great, like this. That's the 5th above it. And the 6th above it. That's great because it's your tritone. You could just do a little tritone lick. You could bend the 3rd and then the 2nd. Any lick you discover that sounds good with the 3rd, substitute the 2nd and see what that's like. It just gets sweeter. So now I'm doing 5-2-1, 6-2-1 versus the 3, which is a bit bitter. This lick just rolling the minor to major 3rd, playing the 5th on top, doing it as a bend, doing it as a double stop. Okay. Then we talked about again that, which is just like your 6. But we talked about then adding the, let's see, what did we talk about? Adding the 7th to the top. So we start to hybridize with the minor. So do the same bends but with the flat 7th. And then we started talking about, well, then you want to just kind of play the major blues and then the minor blues over and over, back and forth, until you have a really clean feel of the segues between them. Maybe instead of adding the bend, add the flat 7 below the root. Major, minor. And then you want to just start to make music kind of using both of those, depending on how twangy or how bluesy it is. So twang would lean on the major, blues would lean on the minor, but they would use both no matter what. That's most of what we covered. The other things were just the double stops in the space. So again, here's your major triad. You could take the bottom third and chromaticize it. And that's committing to that dominant 7 sound. And there's the top. The dominant 7th arpeggio is important here too. And then use the minor to major third. I think that's most of what we covered. It was a few days ago. But we worked out really, really hard on that. Try to observe that, do it in a few different keys. Do it E, D, and C. And the biggest thing, if you only do one thing, just play that major blues followed by the minor blues in a natural flowing kind of succession. Until it just feels really obvious and effortless, even though it's a little awkward physically. A lot of cool licks live in that hybrid space. Have fun, brother.